So could I introduce next Dr Ly Pham, who is Dean of the Research Programme at the International Education Institute at the Vietnam National University here in Chi Minh City.
Good morning, and thank you, Alison, for your introduction, and thank you, previous council, for giving me this opportunity. It's really my task to be here to share with you some data and ideas regarding the role of research leader. I just have to say straight away that my command of English is not that good, so allow me to speak rather slowly and look at the paper. A key element of success, in university industry collaborations must be the research capacities of the research institution. Dr. Pham and Dr. Nam have already pointed out the challenges of engaging research activities taking place in the university with the need of industry. Improving research capacities would be a key point to close the gap. My presentation will focus on the issues of capacity building through the new model of creating excellence in research. In this presentation, I will cover three aspects. I will provide you with an overview of Vietnamese higher education landscape with some basic figures to see where Vietnamese universities are standing in the region and in the world. Next, I will also focus on the success story of a newly established university, which has a great implication for capacity building. These are some figures to show you how quickly the Vietnamese higher education sector has been growing during last decade. Number of universities and colleges, number of teaching staff, number of students, all of these has been increasing significantly. If you look at these packages, we can say that the policymakers have set higher education as a national priority. Vietnamese governments devote high percentage of state budget for higher education, and state spending per student is even higher than some other countries in the region. However, the outcomes are far from what could be expected. Research output of Vietnam is still modest compared with Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore. Commercialization of innovation is limited. Many research findings have never been applied or translated into commercial products, and the contribution of research outcomes to the socio-economic development of Vietnam are unclear. This slide shows you last updated information, but there is not much different from data collected in 2011. Vietnam is still far behind other countries in the region. Now we will see where Vietnamese universities are standing nationally and internationally. These are some institutions perform better than others. Vietnam National University, Ho Chi Minh City is ranked first nationally regarding research performance, followed by VNU Hanoi and Vietnam Academy of Science and Technology. This is position of Vietnam leading research institute in the region. The next slide is showing comparison between VNU, Ho Chi Minh and Chulalongkorn universities, which points out a very interesting argument. Research output of VNU, Ho Chi Minh is so humble compared with Chulalongkorn universities, but its accelerates does not fall behind, and normalized impact is even higher. So, potential is that if we wish to unlock our potential, we will need to realize the challenges of capacity building. I would say these are human resources, research priorities and funding, research infrastructures and academic culture, and finally, the communication between university and other stakeholders. It is obviously that Vietnam is lacking of internationally recognized expert scientists. Moreover, practice graduates do not return. There are very few training programs about research methodologies or writing papers for submission in international peer-reviewed journals. Most universities focuses on teaching rather than research. Funding system is problematic. Research institutions lean on state budgets rather than seeking research funding from industry. Research infrastructure is outdated. There are few high-quality research laboratories. Many of equipment are unused. Also, academic cultures is a problem, as we can see. Now I'm talking about a new model for capacity building about Tôn Đức Thắng universities. While talking about Tôn Đức Thắng University, why its achievement is not as high as VNU, Ho Chi Minh, or Cần Thơ universities. Tôn Đức Thắng is self-financed public universities. Established in 1997. As a public school, they must comply with state policies on tuition fee, that is $400 US per student per year. They do not receive state policies on they do not receive current expenditures from state budget. Tôn Đức Thắng University is young and its reputation cannot compare with 100 years established institutions such as universities of technologies. Therefore, it is difficult for Tôn Đức Thắng to attract best students and top talent. What are their solutions? They establish small research groups, recruiting promising and talented scientists, providing them with favorable working conditions, incentive, and measuring by outcome. Tôn Đức Thắng strategies include appointment of international visiting professors, giving award to authors with high impact and international peer-reviewed publication, and improvement of journals access. Their achievements are quite impressive. To date, within 5 years, the university has established 13 centers for technology transfer and services, and these centers generate 15% of the university total revenues. Tôn Đức Thắng University also success in attracting top talent. They recruited talented scientists and appointed 5 international visiting professors, one with 8 index of 65. During 5 years, they produced 75 publications in international peer-reviewed journals, compared to 0 during previous decades. Please note that Tôn Đức Thắng faculties include 300 members when 3,000 faculty members of VNU Ho Chi Minh produced 522 publications during the same years. In an effort to internationalize its visibility, the university has developed a new peer-reviewed journals under the editorship of a prominent visiting scientist, Professor Nguyễn Đăng Hưng from Belgium. The journals is under Springer umbrella. From the success story of Tôn Đức Thắng University, I wish to emphasize some key points for research capacity building. First, organizational structures plays an important role. Research group should be highlighted as a success initiative of Tôn Đức Thắng University, which is consistent with international practices. That is to say, research group or laboratories are led by group leaders who make decisions on research focus and seek for finance resources. This model pushes researchers to engage with industry and delegate full autonomy to them in their performance. It is a significant shifting given the fact that The most researchers in Vietnam now working in asking-giving scheme in terms of research financing. The asking-giving scheme lead to consequence that researchers want to please authorities providing funding rather than to produce something that can be commercialized and generating revenues. The structures include foundations of science and technology development that helps changing the current funding allocation scheme. International connectivity is also highlighted as a vital part of the universities. The second factor contributing to the capacity building is outcome-oriented. Tôn Đức Thắng is among pioneers in setting qualities of research as a major measurement of research performance. And third, incentive. Success of Tôn Đức Thắng lean on good system of incentive, recognition, and reward for researchers. The rectorization is being fair and consistent in decision-making. Intellectuals are difficult to deal with, but he knows how to delegate with authorities, accountabilities, and trust. Those are critical quality of a research leader. In conclusion, I would like to emphasize the main point of my presentation as follows. The higher education system in Vietnam has gone through an enormous change, with the number of universities, number of standing being increased significantly during the last 10 years. However, scientific output from Vietnam is modest. The entire country published only 1,400 papers in 2013, which is equivalent to a single major university of Thailand. There are good reasons for the poor output, lack of talented and experienced scientists, lack of funding, poor infrastructures for research, and lack of robust academic cultures and communication problems. These four factors are commonly found in developing countries. However, there are positive signals from a new emergence university. I think the process of research capacity building in Tôn Đức Thắng University has provided us with three lessons. First, establishing small to moderate research groups, giving them full autonomy and adequate incentive, a model consistent with international practice. Second, attracting prominent scientists to head research groups. And third, setting scientific publication as an outcome for evaluating performance. And finally, behind such initiative is a strong leadership. I strongly believe that the model of Tôn Đức Thắng is a feasible approach for research capacity building in Vietnamese universities. Thank you.